Hello, my name is Ted Koza, Division Manager for Major Projects, the team that will be building the Rapid Transit project for the City of London. In this video, I'll be providing an overview of the proposed designs for the Downtown Loop 3 project, which is scheduled for construction in 2023. The Downtown Loop project is the first of 3 rapid transit projects and is anticipated to be substantially complete by the end of 2023. Phase 1 was built last year along King Street. Phase 2 is currently underway on Queens Avenue and Rideout Street North. While most of the work on Phase 2 will be completed this year, there will be some carryover work to take place in 2023. Phase 3 is the phase that I'll be presenting tonight and is the last phase of construction for the Downtown Loop. Over the course of the following slides, I'll provide a brief summary of the intended scope of work for Phase 3, some changes that you'll see above ground, and what to expect during construction. Next slide. Before moving ahead to the block-by-block overview, let's spend a little time reviewing pavement markings. This slide shows the pavement markings that you'll see along the rapid transit routes. You may recognize some of them as I walk through the slides for Phase 3. Let's start with the illustration on the left side. This is for buses only. It indicates that only buses are permitted in this lane. The second illustration is hash lines, and that indicates that vehicles are permitted to cross the bus route for driveway access or egress, or to enter the right-hand turning lane. The third illustration is a through lane, and this indicates a through lane for buses and a right-hand turn lane for vehicles. And the final illustration on the right is a shared lane, and that indicates a shared lane, through lane for buses and a right-hand turn lane for vehicles. Pavement markings combined with road signs and traffic signals are essential to give road users important information about the direction of traffic and where they may and may not travel. We recognize that this is new to all of us and the need for educational campaigns and resources before, during, and after rapid transit begins to operate in the city. Next slide. This map shows the location of the Downtown Loop 3 project in its location context and some of the changes you can expect to see above ground. Phase 3 of the Downtown Loop includes the area along Wellington Street from York Street to Queens Avenue. We'll look at each block in a bit more detail on the following slides. Next slide. This first block shows Wellington Street from York Street to King Street. Throughout the Downtown Loop, there are dedicated rapid transit lanes which are shown here in red on the plan. The solid red lines are for buses only, while the dashed lines provide an opportunity for vehicles to cross the rapid transit lane to access turning lanes or driveways. Work is also underway or planned on new streetscape enhancements, including new, wider sidewalks and improved crosswalks, new street lights and traffic signal upgrades, repair and replacement of aging water main and storm and sanitary sewers, and localized private utility replacements and upgrades. For Phase 3, we are planning to replace sanitary and storm sewers starting at York Street and installing new water mains and catch basins throughout this area. Next slide. This slide shows Wellington Street from King Street to Dundas Street. In this block, a rapid transit station is located at King and Wellington. At Dundas Street, there will be new enhanced crosswalks as shown by the rainbow hatching on the plan, as well as new cycling route paths along the Dundas Street intersection, shown here with the green lanes. The work to replace sanitary and storm sewer ends here at Dundas Street, but water main installation continues south. Next slide. This slide shows Wellington Street from Dundas Street to Queens Avenue. In this section, work to install new water mains and catch basins continues all the way to Queens Avenue. The curbside bus-only lane ends at Queens Avenue, where buses will turn left to continue their route along Queens Avenue to Rideout Street North to King Street. Next slide. This animation shows how the East London Link and the Wellington Gateway buses travel counterclockwise around the Downtown Loop. Stop in for a delicious treat at Covent Garden Market, visit the Children's Museum, or catch a game at the Budweiser Gardens. Leaving downtown to head south again, the Wellington Gateway route connects you to the London Health Science Centre, the Westminster Ponds Conservation Area with its 11 kilometres of managed trail, or onward to the more than 185 stores and services offered by White Oaks Mall. If you're heading to Old East Village or Fanshawe College, the East London Link bus will continue their route eastbound along King Street. The Downtown Loop will also be used by local buses, which will be serving both rapid transit and LTC stations. Next slide. At the beginning of this year, the City of London conducted a survey of downtown and Old East Village businesses who had experienced construction in the core recently and received a lot of valuable input. We heard that some of the biggest pain points were sidewalk and pedestrian access and vehicle and road access. We heard the best ways to keep you informed are through a combination of email notifications, signage around the site, notices delivered to your door, and in-person conversations with project representatives. We also heard some great ideas of how we can improve the way we do things, and we put many of those into place. We will be keeping this feedback in mind as we work to mitigate construction impacts, and will be reaching out with other construction surveys to continue improving things. The survey results told us that timely communication with accurate information was critical in shaping people's construction experience. The city will continue to work towards a high level of communication and coordination for the Downtown Loop project to minimize and mitigate potential impacts to residents and businesses during construction. Some key ways we plan to support local businesses through construction include: we're ensuring Londoners know businesses are open during construction through targeted strategic marketing. We're working closely with Downtown London and Old East Village BIA to support businesses during construction. We're devoting dedicated business relations resource to the project to act as a liaison between the city and individual businesses. We're injecting money into the local economy through programs like core area construction dollars to encourage folks to support businesses through construction. And we're also providing concrete tools and resources to help businesses navigate construction. These are some examples of tactics you will see implemented. We have a construction toolkit, wayfinding signage with construction plans and timelines, construction dollars and other initiatives delivered in partnership with Downtown London to support businesses during construction, and we're using different resources and tools to keep community and businesses informed before and during construction. This may include public service announcement to the media, social media notifications, direct outreach to impacted parties, properties, businesses, and residents, and biweekly communications to businesses and residents to ensure they have the most up-to-date information about the project. You can expect to hear more about the plans for construction in early spring, so if you haven't already signed up yet to receive project updates, please visit our city website at getinvolved.london.ca/downtownloop so we can add you to our distribution email list. Next slide. I'll close out the presentation with this slide, which has information on how to connect with the Downtown Loop project team. This information can also be found on the project's webpage at getinvolved.london.ca/downtownloop. This is the end of the design overview section.